Yeah. Hi, my name is Chris Dorsey. I'm a candidate for sheriff in the city of Richmond. We're standing out here just talking to the people, talking to the citizens of Richmond, hearing what they want from their government and the problems and the abuse that they've taken at the hands of the city government. And we were just out here, hanging out with our fellow citizen and letting them know that the crimes of the government, the days of inhumane conditions at the jail and people being locked up under false pretenses, they're numbered. The judges, the police, and especially the sheriff's deputies, they'll be put in check. And we won't tolerate any of this nonsense anymore. This is the law of the land right here, the United States Constitution, and it guarantees certain things. And as I said before, the judges, the lawyers, the police, and the current sheriff, and my other opponents, they don't seem to comprehend what's in this document, which is the Constitution of the United States, the supreme law of the land. And when we gain control of the jail, we will quickly put an end to the unconstitutional acts of the government and the sheriff's office. But as the government, the government as a whole as well. So that's really all I have to say. I'm very clear. I'm not stuttering as I'm saying this. I've said it to the judges. I've said it to the lawyers. I've said it to the sheriff's deputies. I've said it to the police. I've said it to the FBI head. I've said it to the Secret Service. I've said it to everyone. You can't deny it anymore. We're calling you out. We're calling you out, and the American people and the United States Constitution will prevail. Thank you very much. Dorsey for Sheriff, dorseyforsheriff.com. Please vote for Chris Dorsey on November 5th. Thank you very much.
And this is Teddy Parham, Chris Dorsey's campaign manager. That's right, I said it. Bring it on, suckers. You're afraid to debate? What are you hiding? What's your problem? Cat got your tongue? Or were you ordered to keep quiet like you do the prisoners down at the jail? Oh, you're playing one of your games. Better not open your mouth or you'll be punished. Is that it? Now's the time for you to run your mouth. Tell us what's going on or what hasn't been going on. Because you're losers with a capital L and you're out, Woody. Your clowns, your friends, your associates running against you, we know that was just a front. They're out. We got a new change. We got a new government. And you guys are going down. And we are going to take down the criminals in that jail, and we're going to take down the criminals in the Richmond Democratic Party. You guys are a freaking joke. Some of you all are going to jail. I wish they had enough sense to investigate my boy that killed himself. You know who I'm talking about. Look into that. That boy didn't commit suicide like that. Those so-called friends of his that are in the Democratic Party, you all as guilty as sin. You know how that boy died. You know why he died. You know why he died and left his children here. Somebody need to investigate. Don't take my words, suckers. Do your damn job. You're getting paid a salary. Open that boy's casket and have an autopsy. Make sure that he didn't die of gunshot, because he dealt with a lot of dirty people. J.J. Minor, Joe Marcy, all you dirty suckers that never even came to the Democratic Committee meetings. How many years have you been a member of the Democratic Committee?
I started going to the meetings in 2003, and I became a member in 2004, so 9 years.
And have you ever seen Sheriff Woody at the meeting?
I've never seen a person I know as Captain Torture Woody or Complete Tool Woody. I saw him at a quarter of a meeting after he already ran against a sitting member of the Democratic Committee twice, which is the only thing that will keep you from being a member of the Democratic Committee. So he's not a legitimate member of the Democratic Committee. I don't know that he's ever been to a meeting that is as an official member of the Democratic Committee, because he's always run against sitting Democrats. He even did that in a primary. But anyways, he's not a legitimate member of the Democratic Committee. Did you see him at the endorsement process?
No.
Do you see him anywhere? The thing is a fraud. He's a tool of Mayor Jones, Dwight Jones. He's a tool of the whole criminal status quo.
J.J. Minor, you're going down.
You're just, I mean...
Roderick Bullock, you twos, you're going down.
I mean...
All of you all are going down, and you had part in that boy's death, and I hope you suffer.
Well, I must say...
You suffer,
I must say, Teddy, those people you mentioned, they're already down. But what I'm saying is the people above them, pulling their strings, Jeffrey Lacker, Jim Nachman, Paul Goldman, Joe Morrissey,
name?
Eva Tag Hardy.
Yeah, and the other one that was at the meeting that when they attempted to bring Reva and Marty down.
Abby Easter?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, they're all going down. So anyways,
Henry Marsh.
Yeah, we're just naming all of these people
all
off.
These criminals. You're going down.
We're calling you out. We're calling you out.
You gotta go down.
We're going to the newspapers and we're calling you out. We're videotaping us telling the newspapers, talking about how we outed all the crimes and all the cover-ups of the unlawful elections for the past, several election cycles.
Null and void.
That Cameron Fricks from the Richmond FBI was well aware of all of this. That Ken Cuccinelli covered this stuff up. That Joe Morrissey, Tony Troy, and Paul Goldman,
you covered it up. You going down.
They were in on it, and so was Tony Troy. Troy's in
Thomas, you're going down.
Secretary of Richmond Electoral Board, we have you on camera with your hands in the cookie jar. We have all the evidence against you. You can't deny it anymore. You can't deny it anymore. You can't deny it. You're caught. You're caught. You're going to jail. There's nobody who knows anything about how the government of Richmond functions that can deny what we're saying. We have all the evidence. It's up on the internet. We have the evidence of 5.
And under lock and key.
Hold on 1 second. Just let me get this key point out, Teddy. 5 districts in the city of Richmond recorded 0 votes on election day. 5.
That's right.
10 days after the election, one precinct, 910, was still showing 0 votes. That's 2,000 votes for each precinct. You know what? We went to the Richmond Electoral Board meeting, and we asked the people from the State Board of Elections, the registrar, and the Secretary of the Board of Elections, and the entire board. What did they say? We have it on video. But just as a witness, what did they say? Nothing. They had no answer for why there were 0 votes in an entire precinct, why there were 0 votes in 5 precincts, while they had all these anomalies, why they had locked up.
Machines not working?
The machines not working, they were locking up and hiding.
Hold
on, what was the thing? Absentee ballots?
Absentee ballots.
Where they said, oh, well, they were locked up in somebody's drawer, and we don't know who did it. They just throw people's, ballots in the garbage. By the thousands in the city of Richmond. That's just one city. But we have proof of all of this, and they can't deny it, and they say nothing. They say nothing when we go and stick that camera in front of their face and say, look at this piece of paper that contradicts federal court documents. For example, when I have a document signed by Bill Thomas that says T.G. Epps had 95 signatures and she needed 125, a federal court case brought by Tony Troy and Paul Goldman and Joe Morrissey, that federal court case says she had 123 signatures and she only needed 2. Why is there a document with Bill Thomas's name on it saying she only had 95 signatures? No answer. There's no answer for any of this stuff. There is absolutely no answer. We're telling you, Chris, most people don't know how freaking whacked out this election process is. 0 votes means, if everybody in this square mile radius went to vote, and they voted in one precinct, that there were 5
precincts.
5 entire square mile radiuses of thousands of voters recording 0 votes.
Didn't get on the ballot.
and there's no explanation, and people think that there's a legitimate system. Now we're saying this is going to end, and we're calling for everyone to show up at the polls on November 5th.
That's right.
If they say you're not registered to vote and you live in this city, you show up and you say, I want a provisional ballot.
That's
you
right.
say, I want to show up and I want a provisional ballot.
That's right.
If you're a felon, if you got caught, you know, I don't know, with a pound of cannabis, and somebody gave you a felony charge for that, show up to vote.
That's
because
right.
if you pay taxes in the city of
You're a
Richmond,
citizen.
if you buy a loaf of bread in the city of Richmond, one is paying taxes. And if one is paying taxes and they don't have the right to vote, what do they call that? No taxation without representation?
That was the name of one of my articles in the Voice newspaper.
Anyway, this is a long video, so I think we want to close it out here. Teddy, you always get the last
We're on
word.
you guys. We're on you. We
All right.
letting the world see you with your drawers down.
All right.
Come on, baby, with your black drawers on. I know some of you guys wearing them bikinis too. Y'all don't want everybody to know what your business up front. But Richmond Democratic Party, we coming after you guys. Y'all confused.